morning and welcome to some Uber Grace, where I'm going to talk about something that Jesus said to his homies that once again we've kind of made an absolute fist of. And what he said is, I'm going to give you keys to the kingdom. Okay, so the kingdom of heaven, the royal power of heaven that is within us. It's around us, it's in everything, it's within us. Okay, so I'm going to give you the keys to something that is within you. Okay? Jesus says, give you the keys to the kingdom. Anything that you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Anything that you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. And the actual tense of this, I discovered quite a few years ago, is almost like whatever you bind on earth will have been bound on earth in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth will have been loosed in heaven. And I think the thing that we get wrong all the time is that heaven's up there somewhere, okay? I think that's the biggest religious nitpick that we can have. Don't ask me to spell that. And it's actually, heaven is within us. So what Jesus is saying is the key to operating in the kingdom is actually about you releasing what is within you. Because it's already, first of all, released in heaven. In other words, heaven that's in you is releasing stuff, and that will be released on the earth. Or if you hold it back, if you bind it, then it will be held back, and it won't get released. If it's bound, it ain't being released or loosed. And if it's loosed, it ain't being bound. And this actually puts quite a bit of emphasis on not what we have to do, which is actually what we've turned it into. It's actually a simple fact of how the universe works and how this wonderful royal power of heaven within us is released. Notice, Jesus didn't say, whatever you say is bound on earth and whatever you say is loosed. And this is what we've done. We've turned this into a way of praying where I bind you, Satan, and you what? And I loose you, healing, and all this kind of stuff. And rather than, and you have to have a proper good Southern Baptist kind of drawl when you say, I'll loose you in Jesus' name. And it's just, there's a rude word that comes to mind about it, but just think young bulls. But yeah, it's really, if you want to lose something, you just let go. If you want to bind something, you hang on to it. So Jesus is saying you've got stuff that's in heaven, right? It's in your innermost being. It's right there in the kingdom of heaven, right inside of you. And you just release that in your thinking, in your speaking. You just let that go. Just let that loose into your life. And that is the key for the kingdom to start manifesting stuff in your life. Or you can hold it back. When I've had a dream, I'm sitting here now in my wonderful coffee shop. I spent weeks on that wall, okay? Admire the wall. And if you want to. But I had a dream for years. But I always also said, that'll never happen, that'll never happen, that'll never happen. And then one day, it did actually just come to pass. But it took years because I kept loosing this idea. It was in heaven, it was in my innermost being, and I would loose it, but also bind it as well. But a seed will do what a seed does, and the kingdom is also like a seed. And the seed was planted, and it was germinating, it was dead, but no seed comes to life unless it first dies. So this amazing thing that I'm in now, living a whole different life to how I used to live, is because I was loosing, but I was also binding. It took a long time. So maybe if I just stop binding stuff that's in heaven, inside me, and just actually just let loose with this stuff and believe that I am this amazing barista, this amazing business, and I am doing well, and my dream is coming to pass before my eyes. I am loosing heaven. Doesn't that sound like the keys to heaven to you? The keys to the kingdom? It does to me. I hope that's been helpful. Have a good think about that. And also check out a guy called Mike Popovich on YouTube, and he'll go well deep into how to really activate the kingdom in your life. But anyway, for now, that's me done. 5 minutes and I'm up. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to share, to like, to comment, and don't forget to maybe check out Mike Popovich from Freedom Ministries. Right, have a great day. Bye now.